Good afternoon. Welcome to the Mayfield College of Engineering naming celebration. I'm Rafael Landaeta, Dean of the Mayfield College of Engineering, and I will serve as MC of this afternoon historic event. There is much to celebrate about Tarleton State University, a founding member of the Texas A&M University system. But today, we celebrate a first in Tarleton long storied history, the first naming of a college for an individual. Following approval by the Texas A&M System Board of Regents, we officially name our College of Engineering in honor of longtime benefactor, distinguished alumnus, and retired Lockheed Martin executive, Dr. A. Dwayne Mayfield. There is much to celebrate and there is much to give thanks for. Our founder, John Tarleton, who bestowed his life saving to create this very special place. The confidence of the A&M system, legislative community, and industry leaders like those at Lockheed Martin. And for the miracle of God's amazing hand on Dr. Mayfield's life after a ranching accident last fall. The naming of a college is significant for many reasons. In our case, naming of our College of Engineering for Dr. Mayfield brings even greater credibility to an already top-tier engineering education and research program. Anyone connected to aerospace and engineering knows Dr. Mayfield. Mayfield and engineering are synonymous. Before introducing our first speaker, I want to recognize our special guest and the individuals who made this event possible. Please stand as I call your name. First, the reason we are all gathered today is this gentle giant with a heart for education and the drive to make the world a better place. His dedication to the engineering field and transformative education is legendary. He spent his time, talent, and treasure pushing for Tarleton to have a College of Engineering. And I'm sure his Aggie connection helped him with that. Dr. Dwayne Mayfield and his lovely wife of 62 years, Linda. Today would not be possible without the support of the Texas A&M University system and its visionary leaders. We are honored to have Regent Michael Plank with us today. And we are extremely honored to have the Chancellor of the Texas A&M University system with us, John Sharp. Leadership is key to success of any university. Please extend a warm welcome to our President and First Lady, Dr. James and Kendall Hurley. We also are happy to have former university leadership in the audience. Please join me in welcoming past President and First Lady, Dr. Dominic Dottavio and Dr. Lisette Dottavio. Additionally, members of the President's Executive Cabinet and academic deans are in the audience. Will members of this group stand to be recognized? We are fortunate to have several current and former appointed and elected officials with us as well. Please hold your applause until all have been recognized. Congressman Roger Williams, representing the 25th Congressional District of Texas. Former Deputy Secretary of Defense, Gordon England. Former Congressman Charlie Stedholm, representing the 17th Congressional District of Texas. The Honorable Don Jones. Erath County Judge Brandon Huckabee. I would like to express my appreciation to many individuals who worked diligently on the details and dynamics of today's celebration. No event of this magnitude exists without the passion of a group of individuals and months of planning. Will members of the campus operation and events team, President's Office, Marketing and Communication, Institutional Advancement, College of Engineering, Information Technology, University Police, and Sodexo, please stand to be recognized. Now it's my great honor to introduce the man who leads our incredible institution. President Hurley's first event on Tarleton Stephenville campus was the grand opening of this building in August of 2019. Our president has always championed the success of every Tarleton Texan. Under his leadership, Tarleton has escalated new heights of academic and research excellence, opportunity and access, athletic progress, fundraising and enrollment. More than 15,000 students make Tarleton a destination of choice. Ladies and gentlemen, Tarleton State University 16th President, Dr. James Hurley.
Thank you, Ed. Good job. Well, thank you, Dr. Landetta, and special thanks to all of you for being here today. On behalf of our entire Tarleton State University family, we welcome each of you to our beautiful university campus in the nation. In fact, State Representative Dwayne Burns often refers to Tarleton State as the crown jewel of the Texas A&M system, and we concur. Dr. Mayfield, I never doubted that your special day would be nothing less than spectacular weather, a distinguished guest list, and standing room only. But make no mistake, my friend, you deserve it all and so much more. This is a historic moment for Tarleton State as we are celebrating the naming of our first college in honor of our distinguished alumnus, Dr. Dwayne Mayfield. We celebrate Dwayne and his wife, Linda, and their family. Actually, let's ask the family. Would you raise your hand or stand and allow us to say thank you for all you've done? And we celebrate our commitment to provide a top-tier education. Today marks the culmination of a lifetime in learning, leading, and returning right here where it all started for Dwayne. A kid from a West Texas cotton farm, graduated from Tarleton State to birth a breakthrough era in tactical aviation. Dr. Mayfield's work at Lockheed Martin made our world a safer place, a better place. One of my first public events as president-elect was here at the engineering building dedication and grand opening in 2019. I had no doubt then that the School of Engineering would become a standalone college sooner rather than later. In the summer of 2020, I made the decision to establish the College of Engineering, creating our 7th academic college. And I have no doubt the Mayfield College of Engineering will quickly become one of the top producers of elite engineers in the nation. Dwayne backed our new facility and future college from concept to bold mission as a pipeline for proficient engineering, computer science, and construction graduates. Tarleton is blessed to have such an enthusiastic and dedicated friend, mentor, and supporter. As a past president of the Tarleton State University Foundation, coach of our outstanding and nationally acclaimed aeronautical team, and member of the Tarleton Engineering Advisory Committee, Dwayne wears many hats. Each labels him a true Tarleton Texan. Over the past 4 years, Dwayne and I have established an incredible bond and friendship. I can say without hesitation that I've never met anyone that puts the needs of others ahead of themselves like Dr. Mayfield. Dwayne, thank you for all you and Linda have done for our community. Thank you for all that you have done for our institution, and thank you for all that you've done for the Texas A&M University system. Thank you for the legacy you have created and the example you set for all of us to follow each day. Dwayne, may God continue to bless you, your family, the Mayfield College of Engineering, and Tarleton State University. And as always, Dwayne, if you have to bleed, may you forever bleed purple. Now, Dwayne, would you come up here with me? Dr. Wendell? Which side?
Thank you, Dr. Hurley. Before our next speaker, we have a special presentation. Dr. Mayfield and Dr. Hurley just besides the easel. The original plaque honoring Dr. Mayfield has been installed just inside the vestibule of the building. We hope you take the opportunity to see it later this afternoon during tours given by our engineering student ambassadors. Now, gentlemen, would you please remove the easel drape on the count of 3? 1, 2, 3. Now it is my honor to introduce the Chancellor of the Texas A&M University System, John Sharp. Appointed by the Board of Regents in 2011, he leads one of the largest university systems in the country with an annual budget of $9.6 billion across 11 universities and 8 state agencies. Chancellor Sharp has dedicated more than 3 decades of public service to the state of Texas. He's a tremendous champion of Tarleton State University, helping fuel our record-setting growth. Ladies and gentlemen, Chancellor John Sharp.
It is wonderful to be here. I'll be right up front. So I, again, asked Hurley, what do you want me to talk about? And again, he told me, I want you to talk about 2 or 3 minutes. And so I get that. But I'll be, let me just tell you something up front. I love Dwayne Mayfield. I mean, he is one of my best friends. He is somebody that I think is just absolutely one of the nicest, best people. He is the only person that you will probably ever meet that is not only a distinguished alumnus at Tarleton State University, but he is also a distinguished alumnus at Texas A&M University. And that itself is pretty rare. I noticed in the audience Porter Garner, who's the head of the former Student Association at Texas A&M, here to pay his respects. He is, of course, the father. I'm here to pay his respects. He is, of course, the father of the F-16. F-16 wouldn't exist. Some people tell me he actually invented the jet engine. I don't think he's that old, but he claims credit for it when I ask him about it. But this is a university that is worthy of the name Mayfield on it. I want you to think about this place and where it's come in the last 10 years or so. This is the second biggest university in the A&M system. It's the fastest growing university in the A&M system. There are only 2 universities in the state of Texas that bring their students from all 254 counties. That's Texas A&M and University of Texas. This university is second with 233 counties. And within about 3 years, this will be only the 3rd university in the entire state of Texas that has students from all 254 counties. It's amazing. The coordinating board chief told me about 8 years ago, we have too many engineers. You guys got to slow down. You have too many engineers. And he is certainly wrong, and now admits that he's wrong. Just look around you. Everything that you see was built and designed by either God or an engineer, period. Anything that you see. Every invention that is made is designed by an engineer and requires an engineer to operate the thing to begin with. One of the things that's happening in Texas today is a renaissance of people, including people like Samsung and so many others that are moving into Texas. And why are they moving here? Because this is the place that produces more engineers than any place in America. The Texas A&M system produces more engineers than any place in the United States of America, than any system. and we're fixing to add to that in a very, very big way. One of the things that, one of the old jokes is that there's a difference between introverted engineers and extroverted engineers. And the extroverted engineers are the ones that when they talk to you, they look at your shoes, not their shoes. Wasn't sure how that was going to go on with a room full of deal. But this guy is very different from that. It's amazing to me that you could take such a brilliant mind and put it in the body of a good old boy. And that's exactly what Dave Mayfield is. I mean, he's one of the greatest friends that I have. He's one of the greatest friends that this university has, and I can assure you he puts this university ahead of the other one that he's a distinguished alumni of. And Dwayne and Linda are just wonderful people, and they always have been. And I am so excited to be here to dedicate this engineering building in his name. So now, Dwayne, you get to live forever. You know, every living organism on earth loves Dwayne Mayfield except his cows. And Dwayne, I cannot thank you enough for allowing us to use your good name to be in one of the best engineering schools in the state of Texas, and one that is going to be one of the very best in the nation before too very long. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Chancellor Sharp. Regent Michael Plank is chairman and CEO of the Plank Companies in Houston. He was appointed to the Board of Regents by Governor Abbott in 2019. Mr. Plank serves as chairman of the Committee on Buildings and Physical Plant, a member of the Committee on Finance, and a member of the Special Committee on the Texas A&M Corps of Cadets. He also served as liaison to the Association of Former Students and the Panhandle Plains Museum. Mr. Plank previously served as member of the Committee on Audit and as a liaison to the Texas A&M University Corps of Cadets and System Military Training Programs. Regent Plank also serves as member of the Texas A&M Engineering Advisory Board. Ladies and gentlemen, Michael Plank, member of the A&M Board of Regents.
Good afternoon, and thank you for inviting me to join you here today. It was an easy decision when they asked me if I wanted to come here and honor my good friend Dwayne Mayfield. Of course I did. Dr. Mayfield has set an example for so many of us to live up to. He is the kind of success story that can only come from the Texas A&M University system. His success is what happens when a brilliant mind is given the opportunity to flourish, and that's exactly what we seek every day across the Texas A&M system. When Dwayne's high school ag teacher drove him to this campus, a whole new world opened up. Not only did he find his talent for math here, he found the love of his life in Linda. It's no wonder Dwayne has been such a strong proponent for Tarleton ever since. Tarleton prepared Dwayne for his future in many ways, as did Texas A&M, where he went on to earn his bachelor's degree in civil engineering. The Texas A&M University system did its job to prepare Dwayne for his success, and Dwayne did the rest. Dwayne's career took him many places. He's done incredible things and met some very amazing people along the way. He's even helped to protect our freedom around the globe. You never forgot where it all began, and that's right here at Tarleton State University. We are all very, very fortunate for that. On behalf of the Texas A&M University System Board of Regents, thank you, Dr. Mayfield. We know that with your shining example leading the way, that the Mayfield College of Engineering has a very, very bright future ahead. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Regent Plank. Roger Williams represents the 25th Congressional District of Texas, which stretches from Tarrant County in the east to Callahan County, in the West. The Honorable Representative William was raised in the Fort Worth area, where he was an All-Southwest Conference baseball player for Texas Christian University and named to the All-Decade team for the 1960s. In 2005, Texas Governor Rick Perry appointed him Secretary of State. In 2012, he was elected to Congress and has been a voice for Main Street America and families nationwide. For over 50 years, Congressman Williams has run a family-owned car dealership and a calf cow operation. His real-world experience has made him an effective leader and legislator. In the 118th Congress, he serves as chairman of the House of Small Business Committee and the House Financial Services Committee. Ladies and gentlemen, Congressman Williams.
Dwayne, you want to buy a car? Well, it's a real honor to be here. And I first of all want to say I think this would be appropriate, Chancellor. Go Texans, right? And it's an honor to proudly represent the 25th Congressional District and Tarleton State University in the United States Congress. And I want to thank Dr. Hurley for his leadership along with this also. And it's a great honor to be with you all on this special occasion. And I see Chancellor Sharp, my friend, who told me one day I was excited. I got appointed to the Bush School and Library on the board of directors, and I'm a TCU Horned Frog. And I said, John, I'm on the board of the Bush School now, so that makes me half an Aggie. You can show me the grip. And he looked at me and said, I will, half the grip. So I know half the grip. And we joined together to celebrate the naming of Tarleton State University's new School of Engineering after my friend and all of our friends over 50 years, Dr. Dwayne Mayfield. And throughout my lifetime, I've interacted with many hardworking individuals from all walks of life, as we have, but the accomplishments and lasting friendship of Dwayne Mayfield are something I will always cherish and be inspired by. And for as long as I can remember, Dwayne has served as a role model to those around him, and in both his personal interactions and professional work and his whole life, he has always made a difference. And frankly, I think he's one of those people that is someone that his life is one that is worthy of just copying and doing what he did. And he has had an outstanding career in the aerospace industry for 40 years and plays a major role in Fort Worth General Dynamics, where he was, and now Lockheed Martin. And I see Ralph Heath and I see Dane Hancock and Gordon England, leaders. When you look at those men, what a great team that was. And his involvement with Tarleton and the Texas A&M system is extensive. There's no one more deserving of this great honor than Mr. Mayfield. He's worn many hats. He's worn a maroon hat, and he wears a purple hat. And throughout his lifetime, he's been very, very aware of his of love for that. But today, he makes history. And as this occasion marks the first time Tarleton has named an academic college for an individual. Inspiring others every step of the way, Dwayne is a true team player. In baseball, which is a lot of my background, in baseball terms, he's an all-star. He's a Hall of Famer, and he's a cleanup hitter. And Dwayne has always made a clear and great vision for our nation. He believes in the American dream, honoring and defending our freedoms each day. He is an American patriot, without a doubt. I see Dwayne as many things. I see a man of high integrity and a successful businessman, but most importantly, simply a good man. And I'm confident his name on full display on campus will inspire the next generation of leaders throughout this country and this world, high achievers and visionaries. Tarleton's next generation of students will pursue their dreams with fortitude. In this special place, they will build lasting friendships, change the world, and live out Dwayne's legacy and his vision for the future. Dwayne, I want to thank you for your friendship. And I want to say how happy we are to see you with us today in good health. And especially after that show and tell program you put on for all the Tarleton students. So congratulations on this well-deserved honor. And I was reading the Bible this morning. I found some scripture I think applies to you, Dwayne. And I'll close with some Bible passages that I think talk about Dwayne Mayfield. Luke 6:38 says, a good measure will be given to you, pressed down, shaken together, put into your lap, for the measure you give will be the measure you get back. It's on to Dwayne Mayfield. 1 Corinthians says, and sometimes during our life we lay a foundation, set a cornerstone. He's talking about Dwayne. And Deuteronomy tells us, it says, don't wait to have others educate your children, you do it. Well, what more than this today that you did it? So I just want to quote by saying, finish with a quote by a great Aggie, someone all of you knew, Bob Gates. I was in a meeting with Secretary Gates one day, and he simply told me this. He said, Williams, go plant a tree that you never stand under. That's happening today with Dwayne Mayfield. So, Dwayne, we love you. Thank you. And if you'll come up here, I got something for you. Okay?
All of this and something.
I got something for you. I know how you love gifts. So, Dwayne, we chose to fly a flag. There it is on the, let me just show you. It actually flew right there. You can see it. Fly a flag over the U.S. Capitol.
Wow.
To honor this event today and to honor you and your patriotism, your love of country, and you're just being, as I said earlier, a simple man, good man.
Thank you.
We love you.
Thank you.
Okay?
Thank
Thank you very much.
Step over here. Step over here.
Okay? Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you
buddy.
for those words.
You got it. Honor.
I was going to keep that, Congressman.
He's going to keep it?
Thank you, Congressman Williams. It is now my great honor to introduce Gordon England, the 29th Deputy Secretary of Defense from 2006 to 2009, former Secretary of the Navy twice in the administration of U.S. President George W. Bush, and first Deputy Secretary of the Department of Homeland Security. Prior to joining the Bush administration, Mr. England served as President of the General Dynamics Fort Worth Aircraft Company, later Lockheed, President of the General Dynamics Land System Company, and as Corporate Executive Vice President of General Dynamics Information Systems and Technology Sector, Ground Combat System Sector, and International Sector. His business career spanned over 40 years as an engineer and senior executive. Please join me in welcoming former Deputy Secretary of Defense, George Gordon.
So it is a pleasure and honor to be here today to say a few good words about my good friend Dwayne Mayfield. But first, Julius Caesar was a great general. Julius Caesar gave long speeches. They killed Julius Caesar. Dwayne Mayfield is a great benefactor and engineer. Dwayne Mayfield's going to give us a short speech today. We love Dwayne Mayfield. So this building named after Dwayne Mayfield, it's a great honor for Dwayne. But you know, Dwayne, the real value of having a building, engineering building, particularly named after you, is that for generations and after we are all gone, everyone here today, the name on that building will inspire future generations to emulate you and your career. So your legacy will live on well into the future when we are all gone. Now, Dwayne became vice president of program development at General Dynamics in 1989. It turned out it was a very critical time because the wall came down. That's when the Soviet Union collapsed. Turns out not only did the wall go down, but so did the defense budget. It plummeted dramatically when the wall came down. And of course, we were building F-16s. We had built up some of our international base through the 80s. A number of people here from General Dynamics that were part of all of that. But when Dwayne took over, it was critical, absolutely essential that the company continue to acquire customers in the international arena, and that was Dwayne's responsibility. Because he was successful in that, frankly, we sold General Dynamics to Lockheed. It was the beginning of the consolidation of the defense industry. Probably would not have happened without the success in acquiring international sales. And of course, that continued through the 90s until the Joint Strike Fighter, I was in Washington at that time, was awarded to Lockheed. So Dwayne's had a huge impact on the defense industry in the United States, but also around the world, because there's nations around the world that fly the F-16, fly the F-35, that may not be here today if it wasn't for that. I mean, Taiwan relies on the F-16 today and the IDF fighter that they have that was designed in conjunction with General Dynamics in the past. Israel, countries in the Middle East have F-16s. It's a volatile area, but it is more stable when everybody can defend themselves to some degree. All of Asia, particularly important now, a lot of those Asian countries, our friends and allies, all fly F-16s, many now buying F-35s. So when you think of Dwayne's career, the influence in our defense industry and around the world, and by the way, to do this, you have to have knowledge, technical knowledge, program knowledge. You have to know people in the US government, people in foreign governments, military. So it's a complex undertaking. His job, in my view, was to, quote, crack the eggs. That is, find the opportunities, start the opportunities, and then the rest of the team would come in behind him. So it's a big impact, a huge impact. I mean, the world would be a different place. The world would be a different place. The defense industry would be a different place if it wasn't for the leadership of Dwayne Mayfield. So my good friend, on behalf of the people in the United States and a lot of people around the world who enjoy their freedom and liberties today, I say thank you, Dwayne, and God bless. Last word, Dwayne. Don't forget Julius Caesar.
Thank you, Secretary England. You have already heard a lot about our honored speaker today. He has been referred to as a Texan, an Aggie, and an honor frog. Quite a combination. He's so much more. Husband, father, grandfather, colleague, friend, mentor, innovator, and trailblazer. He has been recognized by Tarleton and Texas A&M as a distinguished alumnus and has received an honorary doctorate from Tarleton. He has worked alongside the staff of US presidents and dignitaries, traveling the world to market the F-16 that he helped research and design. For Tarleton, Dwayne and Linda have always led by example. They generously support Tarleton State and eagerly give to help students. Their heart is to help the next young person plucked out of a cotton field to pursue his or her dreams. Today culminates a lifetime of engineering success right where it started. And what better way than with a celebration to name our College of Engineering in honor of Dr. A. Dwayne Mayfield. Please join me in welcoming Dr. Dwayne Mayfield, El Jefe.
Move that way.
Gracias.
Well, two or three things we need to clear up, I think. It was not an accident last summer that delayed this. The cow did it on purpose. But the good Lord called her home the next day. So, and as much as John Sharp can say it, I did not invent the jet engine. I was lucky to work on the F-16 with some leadership that were beyond belief. Came home from a ski trip, and I'd been signed with 200 other people to the lightweight fighter program. Some of those people are here today. And 2 years, we put together 2 flying prototypes and won the competition, and the rest is history. Now, Dr. Landetta, thank you for your words and for the leadership that you've provided coming out here. And Dr. Hurley, Regent Plank, Short. Even though the truth is not in you, we.
Which one?
You know, we all of our lives are shaded by the friends and colleagues that we work with through life, and with our family. And that's what makes today so special, is that much of those are included here today. You know, I'm delighted to have my family here, my wife Linda, my son David, my brother Gil, my grandson Kelton, who is coming up on 13, trying to decide which college he's going to, and we'll help him along the way there somewhere. And Roger Williams, thank you for the flag. We fly at the ranch 6 flags every day: U.S., Texas, A&M, and when Julie, our daughter-in-law, joined the family, we put up a Texas Tech flag. Now, it flies 2 inches lower than the Aggie flag, but then we have Tarleton and TCU, and this flag will earn its role to go up there. I can't tell you how deeply touched I am by this whole event, by the honor presented by the regents, by this university, and in attendance are a lot of people from my high school, from 3 colleges that I attended, and it's all it makes it all special to me. And I don't know how many of you. I'm just going to do a random or two of friends. The air show that took place before everyone got here, a nice smoke winder on a plane, making a couple of circles over the campus. I'm sure that will be in the paper tomorrow. Matt Bird, thank you. But more importantly, in addition to the family and the friendships, is the incredible friends of 44 years working with the most capable engineers and businessmen that one could work. Wonderful to see many of them here with us today. And equally important is the friends we work with in the Air Force. And we have several former Air Force people who were vital to the activities that we were working. Some of them flying our airplane in combat, some of them helping us a lot in international programs, and we couldn't have done it without them. Getting through the DC mill that you have to go through when you sell something overseas couldn't have happened. 2 other groups I'd like to quickly recognize is the people from the parole group. Ross Perot's family has been helping us overseas for a lot of the campaigns. In fact, Matt Bird, who's here today, we sent him off to Abu Dhabi for 3 years, and he came back a changed person with educated kids. He may have changed them a little bit, by the way. And then second, mentioned earlier, is a group that are fundamental to me from Texas A&M, and that's the Texas A&M Association of Former Students, led by Porter S. Garner III, who is here today with his staff. And the 6 years I spent with them, and to see what they do on a daily basis for every kid that goes to A&M was eye-opening in what they do in helping the school leadership. Again, Porter, thanks for bringing the team up here. I think it was Dr. Landetta pointed out, but my background is really no different from many kids that come here today. From a rural community, my career, I graduated from a class of 35 kids in a small West Texas town in the middle of a drought. And in the 1950s, the economy was terrible out there. And my family and I had not really planned for me to come to college. And it could have ended up totally different, but for one man, and that was Larry Dooley, my ag teacher, who saw in me a need, a vital need, and maybe a little promise, and he loaded me into his car and drove me down here through the gates that are always open here at Tarleton, and we talked about his experience coming out of World War II as a veteran, getting 2 years here, coming on to A&M, and he graduated at A&M in 1944. I've never had a chance to thank him adequately for that, because fortunately, that was the path I took. And I was able to get my engineering training here, and then move on to A&M with a bachelor's and master's degree. I worked a lot as a student slave, and worked summers as a roughneck. And I don't have any doubt that my life would have been totally different had any of those changed. And I also have no doubt that my life would have been different had I not followed Mr. Dooley's advice and come to Tarleton. I know it would have been less enjoyable because that's where I met Linda. And she joined me in the fun cruise, the full cruise, for an incredible 62-year journey. This life-sharing this life-changing experience took us on journeys that we couldn't imagine, from a dryland cotton patch to working with a team of engineers. And contrary to what Sharp says, I didn't design the F-16. I didn't invent the jet engine. And I always correct him and say, no, it was the atomic bomb that I invented. And so, but working with an incredible team over the years at both Lockheed Martin and General Dynamics, it was a dream career. It still is. My career took me and Linda to the four corners of the earth, dealing with global leaders in a lot of countries that I had never been to, had to do homework on, and it all began for me starting right here at Tarleton. I would never have done any of this had it not been for that. Now I want to spend just a second to talk about the background for getting the engineering school started here. The Higher Education Coordinating Board was not the most permissible group that I've ever come across. And I know Dr. DeTavio was online at the time. I worked with the provost at the time. I hope she's here today. Dr. Murray, thank you, Karen Murray. And we, at that time, also Denise Martinez, Dr. Martinez, a lot of papers they had to prepare as we convinced the coordinating board that it was viable. Finally, Dr. Tavio got to head up here, and he did what Regent Plank did today. He toured this campus and he saw what was here, and the barriers dropped. The coordinating council came about, and it got us to a remarkable background. 14 degree programs here, and more than 1,000 engineering students. And it goes without saying that the jet engine that I invented was strapped to Dr. Hurley when he got here, and he has kept us on that path of growth. And I think we'll look to him to keep us on that path of growth as we go forward. You know, and my hope is that this college, as we go forward, will be instrumental in providing more and more young Dr. Dwayne Mayfields working in a cotton patch along the way to come here to experience the engineering and opportunities and get to see the top of the world that Linda and I did. thank you all for being here today. You don't know how much it means to me and the family. Thanks.
Dr. Mayfield, thank you for your support and dedication to engineering and education. You have set a wonderful example for all of us to follow. And a very special thank you to all of our speakers today. Thank you for joining us this afternoon to honor Tarleton alumnus Dr. A. Dwayne Mayfield. May each of us be inspired to make a difference like he has on so many deserving students. We will now start the tours of the engineering building. Please take a map and safety glasses from one of our Tarleton ambassadors to ensure your visit designated areas to learn a little bit more about the college and our programs. Thank you again for attending today's celebration, and forever bleed purple.